How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. My name's Chris, a married guy. I'm an alcoholic, and today's daily reflection is spiritual kindergarten. We are only operating a spiritual kindergarten in which people are enabled to get over drinking and find the grace to go on living to better effect. When I came to AA, I was run down by the bottle and wanted to lose the obsession to drink, but I didn't really know how to do that. I decided to stick around long enough to find out from the ones who went before me. All of a sudden, I was thinking about God. I was told to get a higher power, and I had no idea what one looked like. I found out there are many higher powers. I was told to find God as I understand him. There was no doctrine of the Godhead in AA. I found what worked for me and then asked that power to restore me to sanity. The obsession to drink was removed, and one day at a time, my life went on, and I learned how to live sober. So, this is the very first thing big that will happen when you stop drinking is that obsession. So me, I had the obsession to drink. If I wasn't drinking, I was thinking about drinking, and when I was drinking, no amount was enough. It was just continue, continue, continue until I black out, pass out. You know, that's just how I was. And it took me maybe about 6 months or so into sobriety where that obsession finally became lifted. And today, years later, I don't think about it. I don't ever think about drinking. If I think about drinking, it's like fleeting thoughts. Like if I see like a Bud Light commercial or something like that, it's like, yeah, I mean, I think about it a little bit, but really it's from my past. But I don't obsess about it anymore. Like I have to have it like I did before because that's the way it was before. I always had to have it. And as far as a higher power goes, the only rule to have a higher power is it can't be yourself. Because if us as a higher power worked, we wouldn't be in this position that we're in now. So you cannot be your own higher power. Mine is God. So I started praying every day when I got sober. I read the Bible a little bit, but for someone like me who's never gone to church, and never really looked at the Bible, it is extremely confusing. So I started going to church, so that way, the preacher preaches church, and it's a little bit better for me to understand than sitting there kind of reading it by myself. But you find your own way. So the very first, I promise you, the very first thing that happens is that obsession is lifted. Whether it takes 2 days or 2 years, it will be lifted eventually, and you will find your higher power. Whether it's God, like mine is God, whether it's the universe, whether it's nature, whether it's AA, whatever the case is, you will find one, and it will get better. So, what do you guys think about the reading today? If you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. Today is today. You only get today. Make it a good one. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.